Chronicles of a Female Engineer. Good morning and thanks for joining me for today's episode of Chronicles of a Female Engineer. What I want to talk about today is titled Success Leaves Clues. I want to actually talk about the power of networking. This is really a place which I feel is a gold mine. Now, networking can include a number of various events or webinars, conferences, sundowner check-ins, whatever the case may be. This is an opportunity where you're in a room full of perhaps like-minded people, depending on the networking event that you've chosen to go to. And it's a wealth of opportunities because I feel that there's people there that at various levels of their journeys, whether it's in a career or professional environment, or if it's in a mindset, there's people who are at different levels of the journey. And oftentimes you may be above someone else's level, and then there'll be more people that are above you too. And it's really an opportunity to find out what of those who have gone before you learned and maybe perhaps fumbled through, that they're now able to reflect back on and impart and share with you, so that you don't have to fumble your way through too. Like, guaranteed, there will certainly be things that you will have to fumble through in life. But there's others where people who have gone before you have found something out, which if you can collect that nugget, hold it and, look through that lens when that scenario comes up, this can help you. Now, there's another important thing about networking. And this is the ability to leverage from those who are in other industries, or other parts or other divisions. Now, what I mean by this is that as an engineer, you may be worthwhile having someone that you know in IT, someone in, who does marketing. Now, there's just a lot of ways that you can leverage off these partnerships. Perhaps in your professional life, when your project comes to hand and you need to find someone who can answer something quickly about that aspect of your project, and then those people can come to mind. In addition, in your personal life, if you're coming across some sort of ventures that you need to do, for example, this Chronicles of a Female Engineer venture, I thought about who do I know who does marketing, who do I know who can do videos, who has started a business recently who can talk to me about these sort of things. And your ability to leverage off your network, those people that you have met, becomes fruitful, becomes such a value add. I can't stress the importance. So as an engineer, again, it's important for you to be able to speak out, to be able to put up your hand and to demonstrate your value. And networking gives us an opportunity to do this. So always be intentful when you go out to a networking event. This will help you to sort of have a purpose in mind. What do I want to get out of this? For what purpose am I going to this event? And then when you engage with people, hey, what do you do? Instead of just giving the stock standard reply, I'm a chemical engineer. How about you? You can say, hey, I came to this event tonight really wanting to gather a couple of people in marketing because I'm looking at a new venture. What are you into? Have you met anyone here today who's been through something similar? And immediately you can, they might say no, and you can move on. But guaranteed there might be that one person who either may be able to assist you, or they've got some ideas. And you can have two key takeaways that you will interact with after you've left the event. That's very important to say, hey, great meeting you today. Thanks so much for giving me your details. Look forward to keeping in touch. Let's have each other on, maybe we can have a coffee soon, or virtual coffee these days. Anything goes. So really leverage off it. I really like this concept, and I think it works for both extroverts and introverts. Now, I'm an extrovert. I do like to be the one who goes forward and walks around and talks to people. But even if you're an introvert, it's okay. There's lots of other introverts there. There's people who want to crawl away and hide. But they've made it out. You've made it out. That's the first step. Now, I challenge you to not just be a consumer. Don't just go in there and watch others, interact. Be a participant, be a player. Stepping out allows you to start to take hold of what's possible. It'll give you a bit of confidence. It'll show you that you did it, you can do it. And this is all that you need sometimes, to find someone who can open up another door for you. So I just encourage you guys, find opportunities to network. Success leaves clues. There's plenty of role models out there, but you won't understand what their journey is until you network with them, until you find an opportunity to share, and you find an opportunity to understand what steps do they take in order to get to where they are. What would they tell a younger them? What would they tell themselves 5 years before? What do they wish they knew? Ask those type of questions. This is where the gems are. What can you do differently? What can you ask me? What book are you reading? Do you have a book? Do you have any resources or tools or tips? Anything that you can then go forward and investigate further. Now, some things may work for others and others don't work for us, but it's up to you to be able to take what's provided, flick through it, read through it, assess if it helps you. If it doesn't, keep it moving. If it does, then you've just saved yourself some time. So that's today's lesson. I hope you were able to take some nuggets out of it. If you think of anything else that you'd like for me to share during my Chronicles, please feel free to drop me a mail, drop a message in the chat below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you, everyone. See you on the next episode.